Hey friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddie and I am the owner and maker behind the W.I.P.s Co. And I am starting a YouTube channel. I am making this channel because I am constantly market prepping and looking for things to keep my brain occupied while I'm crocheting like the same thing over and over again, and it gets really exhausting, and so it's really nice to have something to listen to. And I've been loving watching the longer form content on YouTube and all these amazing makers that make their own YouTube videos while they're prepping for their own markets. It's inspiring and it keeps me entertained while I'm making a million things every single week. So I kind of wanted to give it a try myself. I really enjoy sharing my products and what I make for my small business, and I thought it'd be fun to take you guys along with me. And I also just really love the community that we have on the crochet part of the internet. So I am going to show you in this video kind of what I'm doing this week as I prep for my next market. I got accepted into one of my local farmers markets, and I signed up for the last date of every single month all the way through September. So I've already gone to the first one of the year, which was in May, and I have another one coming up in June. So we're prepping for that, and I also got accepted into this amazing curated market that is also local to me, and they seem to do a really good job. I love all the pictures that they've shared. I've never attended it, but I've heard of it, and it's called the Vintage and Made Fair, which I'm really excited because I love shopping for vintage stuff, and I just love the look of all of it, so I'm really excited that I get to participate. I was waitlisted initially, and then they reached out and said that the crochet artist they had dropped out, and so I was next in line, and I hopped on that really fast because I was like so sad when I saw that it was full. So yay, I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I do have 3 young children, so it does get chaotic, and I don't get to film as much as I want to, but we're gonna see how well I can do today and this week. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to show you guys kind of what I've made this week, which is I think I'm honestly getting faster. I've been doing this for 3 years now. This is my 3rd market season. I started crocheting in 2023. I learned a little bit with my grandma when I was a child, but then I got back into it right after I became a mom. So I've been vending since, I think my first ever market was in 2024. So I grabbed some of my recent makes. They're all like basically WIPs, work in progresses. For anyone that doesn't know what that means. I wanted to show you kind of what I've made literally this week, which is kind of crazy. I'm impressed with how much more I'm getting done these days with 3 little kids and their craziness. So first of all, I am making this adorable otter. It looks a little crazy with the stitch markers because that's for the ears, but I am obsessed with this pattern. This is by, I think it's Loops to Lovies, which I love. I love everything about this maker. I just love her patterns. So this one's adorable. And then I also bought the W.I.P.s Place. I really hope I'm saying that right. W.I.P.s Place. Forgive me if I am saying that completely wrong. But I made this adorable chrysalis, and there's a little butterfly inside of it, if I can get it out. It's amazing. Like, it's just this little interactive toy. This is such a fun little toy. It's interactive and super sweet. At my first market of the year, I did sell out of like basically all of my small stuff, which is not surprising because it seems to be where most of the sales come from at my markets, which, like, yeah, I really love the tiny stuff. I do love the bigger projects because they're more fun and less tedious. Well, depends on what you're making, but I have more joy in the big stuff. But obviously you can expect everyone to pay a high dollar like going to a farmer's market, and so gotta focus on the littles. And I sold out of most of everything. So these little Brontosaurus dinos, they're the stackables. I think it's by Meg Makes Crochet, if I remember right. I'll try to put a doc together with all the patterns that I use and put it in the description. But these don't have eyes yet. I embroider all my eyes now. I've kind of been slowly making the shift away from safety eyes, just because having littles, I know how easily they can take toys apart, and I really just don't want to risk the safety. I do have in my bigger pieces that are more considered like home decor or like for adults, I'll put safety eyes for like, you know, like my big dragons or my whales because they're not intended to be for young children. But anything for young children now, I've completely shifted to embroidered eyes. I usually try to bring 5 or 6 of each small item. I feel like it's a fair goal to have. Then I don't get too tired of making it and I can keep doing it and I don't burn out, and it kind of has a good, I like to have a good variety at my market booth so that everyone has something they might like. Then, oh my gosh, I'm just obsessed with Poggy's Place, her little critterlings, I think they're called. These are so shockingly fast to make and I'm like addicted now. And I think this is one of the first patterns I bought from her, which is, I've looked at her patterns before, but I just haven't committed. Let me tell you, this is probably one of the best investments you can make if you do markets and you need mini stuff, because not only is it super cute, this little ladybug, I'm just obsessed, but like it works up so quick. Like these dinos probably take me like 30 minutes at most after like embroidering the eyes, which adds time, but these take me like 15 to 20 minutes. And I don't know if I'm a fast or a slow crocheter, but I feel like I usually lean towards the slower side, plus adding like my busy life. Usually can't sit down and do one project at once. But these I can. I seriously sat outside in my lawn chair under my shade tree and just watched the kids play. My baby was in his little bouncy chair and I probably knocked out like, but yeah, no, I think I knocked out all of these in one session. At the very least I got 4 done. But like, this is crazy. So definitely a game changer. Check out Poggy's Place if you need like really quick market makes that are super quick and easy. So, and they're adorable, which is like, you know, win-win. I made 5 of these little ladybugs. And then also I have 2 boys and 1 girl, and I feel like a lot of my stuff gears to the girls. And so I've been thinking about like getting more product that gears towards the young boys, because I feel like they always want something, but it's, most of my stuff is pink and purple, and I know like, you know, boys can like that stuff too, but I wanted more stuff that would gear more towards them, because I mean my son will play with any of this stuff, but he loves these little hermit crabs. I cannot pronounce the name of this artist for the life of me, so I'm just gonna put it on the screen. But she has a lot of amazing small makes as well, and they're so cute, and I love the detail as well. This one whips up super fast, so I still have to add the eyes. But I made 5 of these little hermit crabs as well. I'm also getting more into snugglers, which I used to kind of stay away from them because they were super like popular, and not to sound like, you know, a hippie or whatever, but I try to stay away from like the main trends, because unless it's something I truly enjoy making, then I might make a trend item, but I really just try to make sure my art sticks to me and what I like and who I am as an artist. I think it makes us all stand out, because I feel like the crochet industry has become very saturated, and I don't want to just be a copy and paste. Like I want it to be my own art, because that's what it is. Crochet is an art, and it's more than just toys for kids. I mean, it's more like art, I feel like. And so I try to just make whatever I feel drawn to, and then it kind of shows. Like on my table, you can see that my art looks like my personality and who I am. And I love going across other crochet artists where I can see that they've made it their own, and it's not just, you know, everyone has loaf cats and everyone has chickens, and like I do have those things because I enjoy making them, but they do sell, so I will see that perspective. So not to hate on anyone that does follow the trends, I just personally try to stick more to like what I really enjoy making, and obviously what will sell. So just kind of, I honestly am trying to find a balance between the two, but I do prefer to like just make stuff that I enjoy making, that screams me and who I am as an artist. But with that being said, I had my 3rd baby, and I feel like I took a shift in my mind, and I made a snuggler by the Mama Made Minis. I think it was in her book. I just fell in love with it, and I love the concept of it being like an heirloom product and it passing on from generation to generation. and I just love the thought of like this same snuggler passing from a mom to her kid to her kid's kid and her kid's kid, you know, and it becomes all raggedy from use and love and snuggles. I just love the thought of that, and then just seeing my 3 kiddos as they're getting older and seeing how much they love these snugglers made me change my perspective a little bit. And so I've been making them a lot more recently, and they're so precious. And then to see just the customers love them as well. Like I made a Dash Dino by the Mama Made Minis book, and I made him in this beautiful green with orange spikes. And I'll see if I can find a picture and put it on the screen, but oh, he was just so precious, and the look on the mom's face when she picked it out was everything. So with all of that being said, I have been working on these little snugglers. So these are the mini ones. These are by BK Crochet, and I love all of her patterns, so I'm seriously obsessed. So these are some horses that I have made. They're so, I cannot get over how cute this is. And I had to make one in pink. I seriously, my branding, I'll have to show a picture of my market table, but I have just really leaned into the pink. I didn't know where I was gonna go. I started out with black tablecloths when I first, like my first market, and then as I figured out what my branding was, I really do lean into the pink. It's funny because my husband actually pointed it out to me, but I must not be super self-aware, honestly, because my whole life I've always said, when people ask me what my favorite color is, I'll say it's blue or it's purple. But honestly, I think it's pink. The more that I've figured out my branding, I'm like, I like pink. And I see, like, my water bottle's pink, my tablecloths are pink, and I'm gonna be making a checkout stand, which hopefully I'll get some footage of that. I'm gonna get the paint today, and the crates are supposed to come. I'm making my own checkout stand to kind of elevate my space. And I still have to add the eyes and the hair, but we love that. And then I have 2 more things that I made this week. So I made this adorable tiger pattern, also by BK Crochet. I made a white, like I kind of am inspired by the white Siberian tiger for these colors. And I made a little bow, which it's in parfait chunky instead of acrylic like the pattern calls, so it's kind of oversized. So I can't decide if I like the oversized bow or not, but she's precious. I had to make a classic colored one as well, which honestly it's still kind of light, but I used the Chromatic collection by Mama Made Minis on Premier Yarns. So yes, I am obsessed with everything that I've made this week, and I'm excited. I think there are 2 weeks left until my June market, and so I still have a bunch of stuff to make, but yeah, we will get onto some prep. Now that we have gone through everything that I've made this week, I just kind of wanted to jump into embroidering all of the eyes on my mini stuff that I have made, so then I can add it to my bag with all my completed product. So let's get into it. Okay, we've got my crochet bag, which honestly, this has been one of the best purchases I've made for my business. It's pink, of course, but I have all my supplies. I love this tulle pocket. It's really a mess right now, but I love this. It has little like hook holders, and then it's got like little pockets for the different things that you need. And I'm able to like keep my, what are these called again? Amigurumi sticks. But yeah, I absolutely love this bag. So we're gonna get a needle, and we are going to get our cotton thread, and let's get to embroidering. It is a couple hours later. Oh my gosh, excuse the wet spots on my shirt because I just got done with a few hours of wrangling toddlers and babies. It's been crazy afternoon. But I got done embroidering some of the eyes, and now I think my main focus today is going to be making some more minis so that I have a really good stock for this upcoming market. So I think what I'm going to work on, one second, I think I'm going to work on more of these little Brontosaurus stackable dinos. I feel like this is a really easy pattern to work up, and if I pause, I've done them so much that like it won't be hard for me to pick it back up on and off for the rest of the day. We've got some storms coming, some crazy ones for our area, so I need to be able to just drop everything and go to shelter if it gets bad. So yeah, so we're gonna see how many of these we can get done for the rest of today and go from there. So okay, this is honestly as far as I'm going to get because my son is going to wake up any minute now from his nap, and the rest of the day is going to be kind of crazy. My husband's going to be home from work soon, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to get this whole dinosaur done. This is just one as well. But that's the reality of being a stay-at-home mom, taking care of 3 little kids, and also running a business. You just have to find balance. So this was how much I was able to get done. I was able to embroider some eyes on some minis, count some of my inventory. I just want to thank you so much for coming along as I did this little first vlog ever, and I look forward to kind of documenting my small business journey and all the cozy crochet makes, and give you guys some content that you can crochet along to as you're prepping for your own markets this season. So thanks for coming to my first YouTube video. Something that I am currently trying to work on is kind of upgrading my market space to make it feel a little bit more professional. I'm in my 3rd year currently, and I'm really just feeling that like urge or like growing pains, I guess. I kind of want to just kind of elevate the experience so like it's like really shopping in a store almost. And I want it to feel cozy and everything, so when you come in, I'm not just like, I don't really know how to put it into words, but I really am just trying to elevate my space. And so I was looking into maybe getting like a checkout stand, or what do you call it, a checkout kiosk. And I had seen some cute ones on Etsy that were like handmade, and I do eventually want to get to that point, but I kind of want to save for it and introduce myself to you guys. So I don't think we're quite there yet. I do want, that's definitely on my wish list. I think I found one for like $300 on Etsy, and it looks amazing and super easy. It's collapsible and everything. I'll try to put a picture up on the screen to show you what I'm talking about. But for now, when I was like researching different ways that people do checkout stands at markets, I found this cute one that I will also put up on the screen of like a DIY, more like affordable option when you're not ready to make the investment into the kiosk. And it's by putting 3 of these large Michael crates, like the wooden crates that you see at like everyone's market tables, and you put them together, and you can paint them or not paint them. I think I'm going to paint mine just to match my brand colors and everything. And you put like either Velcro, or some people glue them together. I think I'll do Velcro because it'd be easier to collapse back out down into my van when markets are over. And then you just Velcro them together, and then you can put your branding stuff on it, and then set your chair behind it and put your checkout iPad or whatever your POS system is on top, and it's this cute little like DIY affordable checkout stand. And so I'm not sure if it's going to be in this video or the next one, but I'm definitely going to show footage of me and my husband putting it together. He's going to be my lovely helper. And yeah, so I'm excited to find different ways to elevate my space like that. And I did try out a rug at my last market, and I kind of want to get a way bigger one because I think it was too small, honestly. I did like how it changed the way it looked. I'll show a picture of like my first market compared to my most recent one, and I just love how I'm really leaning into the branding. But yeah, I'm still wanting to grow a little bit more and kind of elevate that look. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts and maybe ask how you guys are leaning into your own brand. I think with my market booth for the next, what is it, like 6 months, I have a 10 by 10 space, unless they put me under the pavilion, which usually I don't think I will because I am an occasional vendor. So I think I'm gonna need to get like an 8 by 10 rug to fill that space more. And then I kind of wanted to get some like greenery to go in the top of the canopy, but I don't know, I'm trying to find my own twist on it, so it's like my own thing. So I gotta do some research and figure out kind of like how I want my booth to look when I decorate it, but I am really excited for the changes that are coming. Hello everybody, we are reporting from my family farm, and I figured I would take you guys along with me to paint my DIY checkout stand. I currently have my baby with me, and there's lots of roosters, lots of animals and children running around, so if you hear noises, that's exactly what you're hearing. Yes, it's a rooster. Baby's saying hello. But yeah, so grab your crochet hook, grab your project that you're working on, and get ready to lock in because you're going to watch me paint a bunch of crates. So, yay! Okay, it's been like an hour. Excuse the messy hair and the paint all over my body. Baby is finally at least independent right now, so we can show the final product. This was a task. I did most of it with baby in my arms, so it was kind of crazy, but we are done. These are the crates. I kind of wish I had a brush to like go into like the crevices that the paint roller could not get to, but I think it's going to be really cute just for a DIY checkout stand until I'm ready to make the investment on a legit one. So I'll add some Velcro strips, and then this, I'll put my iPad and my iPad stand and my square setup will go right here, and then I'll probably honestly lay my banner over that, my logo banner right over this. So honestly, any of the blemishes will be covered up anyways. So yeah, I'm actually really happy with this. It was pretty easy and inexpensive, and eventually we'll get to the official kiosk because I think they're really awesome and a lot more compact, I think, if I remember right. But yeah, we are done. So that is all I have for you today. I wanted to thank you for stopping by and crocheting along with me. And if you do like what you see, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe so you can let the algorithm know that you want to see more of this content. And yeah, I'm looking forward to making more market videos with you. I think the next one will be a combo of the market prep leading up to my June market, as well as a recap of how it went, what sold, and I'll kind of do some footage, hopefully, if I'm brave enough to record at the actual market, just like my setup and all the things. So thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.